item on the agenda would be the approval of the minutes from the August 28th, 2025 meeting. We did not have a meeting in September or October due to various conflicts and no quorum. Has everybody had a chance to read over those minutes?
Yes.
And do I hear a motion to accept? Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Okay, next item is public comment. I do not see anyone who wishes to address the commission for public comment. Commissioner member comments. Do either of you have any comments?
I don't have any.
Okay. I would like to thank Commissioner Alvin for appearing before the county council at the September meeting. Did an excellent job with that presentation and made a difference in what was going on. Also, the two additional members that will need to be seated will be done in January, it's my understanding. And just make sure that you read back over that ordinance from county council to know exactly what is gonna be going on with that. Okay. And that's all I have.
So it starts, it takes effect January 1.
January 1. Okay. All right, next is committee reports. Anything from the radio committee or information?
They're gonna push back the date on that for everybody going to dispatch until they do training, with that flipping from a dispatch channel to an operation channel. So that was gonna go in effect the first week of January, but now we're gonna make sure everybody's properly trained up on it. But everybody should be, if they have radio information, that needs to be, radios that need to be touched and reprogrammed, get with Aaron Smith or Zach. But it looks like I'm gonna push it back to make sure everybody is up to date on how to do that, switching her from ops channel, from dispatch to an ops channel when told.
And my understanding was, something I heard was that you would even answer going en route on the channel you were assigned, not on the, dispatch channel. Have you heard that, or is that correct?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Anything else on radio?
No.
Okay. Incentive committee, I'm not sure that they ever met.
Well, for the most part, it did not meet. They decided to use the incentive requirements from last year without the requirement for the ICS training.
Okay.
So looking at first numbers, and we're still working on, I can go ahead and give that now, or you want me to wait till my?
You can just wait if you want to,
Okay.
that'd be better. So, using the same one, that will be for this incentive period that we're in
Yes.
now, will be the same as the one, the criteria for this past incentive.
That would be up to the committee when they finally meet. They should have met in September, but like you said, there was no meetings
Okay.
and then questions. So I would leave it up to the new commission
Okay.
and their representatives, whoever they put on it.
The concern there would be how far we're already into the,
Right. Hopefully, common sense will prevail.
okay. SOG committee, I don't think they've met, and is it still in the works to get those?
Well, with all the changes, yes, it's still in the works.
Okay.
Because it detailed the rescue commission and funding and all that stuff in there. So all of that's, the commission's been decided, but the quarterly stuff, I'm still working out. If there's gonna be any changes with that,
So there will be changes to it or additions to it,
yes.
what was already in place.
And then we gotta change, well, you can, we'll talk about it next.
Okay. All right, training committee did not meet. I don't have anything to report from that. I'm sure you're gonna update us on training things.
Yes, ma'am.
In your part too. I've been the head of that for a few years, so I'm sure somebody else is, I knew that somebody else will be taking that on as a task from the new commission, so. All right, there's nothing else from committee
I
reports.
have a question about the
Yes.
committee reports. So if, do we have I guess first question is, do we have a list of who is, the head of each committee and then who is a part of the committees? That way people can be able to look at that and see if they want to be a part of that
I can
or
have
at least
that.
know who the contacts are for these.
I can have that by the next meeting.
Okay.
It's been sort of, with some of the changes in the commission, it's been sort of hard to keep up with exactly who's doing what, but yes,
Yeah.
I can do that to some extent.
Yeah,
at
if we can
least.
get a list of like who's in charge and who's like part of the committees and see if, I know there's some questions about like, you know, SOGs and stuff a few months ago, but, people may wanna be more involved with
Okay.
that.
All right, if no other questions, moving on, and Chief Carroll, it is your report time.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Looking at the response report, start off with that. You notice there's no yellow, which is great. A lot of calls. Seneca Rescue still making 95%, Salem 100%. Oakway still bouncing 50% for the year, Walhalla 50%. Westminster dropped a little bit, but they're picking back up this month. Mountain Rest, big improvement. Made 84% of their calls.
How did that happen?
Reorganization.
That's good.
We had two individuals step up and get everything back together.
Very good.
Kiwi, staying right around 75, 80. Dive team and special at 100. Anybody have any questions on that? Call volume continues to pick up. ReadyMix software. We did find have a glitch over this past Monday. I noticed a problem with calls staying open in the responder app, and started making some phone calls and making sure that calls were not dropping. Calls did not start dropping until Monday. We had a lax, I believe it was Monday. Last call for ReadyMix went out at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and we had a gap for about five hours where it was not sending stuff out. I noted it and sent out announcements to the chiefs, squad chiefs, and Chief Smith got it out, or Chief Hollifield got it out to the fire, but let them know, hey, monitor radio, unless you're using active also. So they got it back up and running. Our system is kind of different from everybody else that uses it, since we have 12, I might have my numbers off, different entities under 37501. So when they update, they gotta make sure they tweak the system again on their side. It's just not a regular update. They have to tell their system, hey, this group is different, on how we send out to or send out to call information. Because we have so many different under 37501 that has to know to send it to the different stations. So that's noted again. Still planning on having a training day for training officers. Some of those have changed with elections that's going on this month, so I'll get that out. And it'll probably be the first year. Everybody's doing pretty good. If they got questions, they can call me and I can step them through putting stuff in. And, or if they have a hard time scanning, getting information in, send it to me, and I can get it scanned in. Anybody have any questions? And with that said, active is still available if anybody wants it. Just gotta tell me how many your squad needs, and, I just did it for Crossroads, and it came out to about, and everybody said, well, you charged me 13. Well, it's based on how much time's left in our contract. So as our contract goes out in June, so right now it would be, just under $12 a seat for the rest of the year for active. And that's all I have on those two things, unless there's any questions. Training, I plan on meeting with Chief Hollifield next week on, as long as his schedule's available, to set some training classes up, what we can do. We do have planned on doing a nighttime and a daytime EMR refresher class, and probably hold a full EMR class in the evening next year. First part of, it'll probably be after, like, starting the second week of January, get everybody through the new year and things rolling. Working with, South Carolina EMS Association. They received grant money to, have a hybrid EMT class online. You can do, it's online instruction plus some in-person. And as long as I go through and meet their requirements, I gotta do a couple more things. Hopefully we'll have that rolling first of the year. And that's I wanna say a 6-month program on the way it is right now. Other classes, we had a group of individuals that went to Spartanburg County, and they're kind of spread across the county, got turned over as VFIS driving instructors. So we're gonna have that avenue for emergency driving again. Some things I gotta work with that, getting the proper things we need for the class. I think I don't know how many cones we have left over the years. They've kind of disappeared, and making sure we got enough safety cones to set the courses up and that kind of stuff. But pretty much VFIS changed their way of doing things. Now it's still the class can be presented, but all your testing's online for the most part.
So the VFIS training, is that gonna be like the equivalent of EBT? What you're talking about?
For non-fire trucks, it's for pickup trucks and below.
Oh, okay. So we still have an EBT.
EBDT is still out there, but that's through the fire academy, and you're using a fire truck.
So the VFI is still not allowed to pull trailers?
There's a trailering course, but I gotta get more info on that.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be, cause some of us took the VFIS class, I think, that allowed us to pull the pickup trucks and whatnot, but doesn't allow us to pull the trailers. And for diving special, we have the box truck and then the trailers and the
Right.
boats.
So I'll get more answers on that. Anybody got any questions? And then on that, with the training committee, we gotta work, cause we changed over, where we used to change our training document to go into the ASHI now, since we're not using Upstate did away with their EMR program. So we gotta adjust the training document and probably just turn it into an SOG, part of the SOGs.
Or is it still in place, and do you think it will still be in place to use CEP credits
Yes,
to do the refresher and then
Yes.
just do the test?
Yep.
In person? Okay. And if somebody goes through and does all of the action training modules, that would count as well?
yes,
Okay,
but I gotta make sure, there's still some skills gonna be involved,
okay.
just a skills check,
Right,
cause,
right.
just to make sure that basics are covered.
I just know we worked hard to get that in place, so.
Yep.
Still wanted to make sure that those two things would still be options, other than just a class.
When does this take place?
I'm sorry?
This is a change?
This has been in place for a couple of years that we've done that, where, you can do the CEP classes with the county, and then do skills and a test to get your recertification. Or if you do all of the, rescue modules on action training, and then do the skills and the written, that would count as a refresher instead of sitting in a class. Or you have the option of doing the 16-hour class.
Just sitting in class. All righty, new vehicles. Finally got the Salem rescue truck, I think, without any, error codes and stuff. There was a recall for it. We got it to Kiwi Ford, and they couldn't fix it at the garage, so we got to Kiwi Ford. I'm gonna try to get it up there the coming week. I just got it back from Kiwi Ford. We're working on finding a vendor to put in a cover for the back, a retractable, bed cover that covers up the work box. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it to them and let them run it and find any more issues we may have with it till they get that cover in place. So it's better than just sitting in the parking lot till we find a vendor, because the covering for that is kind of hard to find. A vendor who does a 9-foot bed. So, the Rescue 3 vehicle came in. I've got the quotes back on getting the bed cover installed and all that. I'll probably have it back and down to graphic shops hopefully by the end of the month. And then we're just waiting. It's in line with the sheriff's office vehicles to get, the lights installed, so I'm not sure how long that would take. Anybody have any questions on vehicles? All right, incentive. First run, going through it, we still have departments, and I've sent the rescue squads that had outstanding calls, I've sent it to their chiefs to get them inputted, because if the calls are not cleared, then the members who ran them are not getting credit for that call until they're completed. So, working on that. We have some fire departments also who have calls that are open. And I gotta talk with Chief Smith on that. We're gonna basically say, hey, this is the point, After this date, sorry, the port should have been done, especially on the rescue side, because the squad member running a call should be the ones doing them and making sure they're done in a timely fashion. Fire departments, they may only have one person in and put calls for them. So, work through that, get the incentive number so we know what the point total will be for that. Send an email out or a text out. I've heard back from half the, let's say just a little under half of the squads on their chief points, who they're giving points to for their admin points. Each chief has 50 points they can give to members who aren't as set to the department. And these people can be active members that may not have made regular incentive, but they can still receive the admin points for helping out around the squad. Or it could be an admin-only person. They can still receive the chief points. So I hope to have that done. I went through the first list. Altogether, I pulled all the rosters together from fire and rescue and hazmat. Looks like we got right at 398 volunteers. It grew a little bit from last year. And on the first run, verifying people still are missing a CPR class or some dates were not jiving with what was in the system. I've gone back and looked at it. Right now, we have about 200 that have qualified on the first round of incentive. But until I can't push out the finance department to cut checks until I get the call totals 100% completed. So
What's the drop dead date on that, like that you've asked?
I would like to have it tomorrow. If everybody get it done by Monday, that'd be great. Because if I get the information, I mean, all it is a spreadsheet. I put the total in, it totals up everything. And I already have your HR number. I send that right over to HR, or I'm sorry, to finance department. All they do is key in your number and they'll have a check in 2 days. But can't do none of that until we get the calls completely done. So,
A month and a half past the end of
yes,
September, so.
Have you given anybody like a true deadline to be like, hey,
that's gonna come out tomorrow.
okay,
I've sent the rescue side, the ones that need to go done, so.
if you need us to push that, we can.
And that's about it, unless y'all got any questions.
Richard Crine is not here tonight, so we'll move on to rescue squad updates. Do you have any updates from Region 1?
Yes, they had a couple new members. I went to their meeting, Monday night. They had their elections. Pretty much everything stayed the same. We'll know for the rescue commission seat for that region, go to the, Oakway rescue meeting this coming week for that election. So we'll have that seat. They do have a yard sale and pancake breakfast and hot dog sale at Maranatha Church over there on Bountyland Road, or I'm sorry, Kiwi School Road, this Saturday morning, starting at 7 o'clock. A lot of great items. They had a lot of donations, and a lot of stuff is brand new stuff, still in bags, clothing, athletic equipment, that kind of stuff. So I would go to their Facebook page and take a look. Rescue 3, another couple of members. I think they have one new member. That's all I have.
Okay, Region 2, Rescue 2, just had a successful October fundraiser, raising money for the Children's Christmas Project that we do. Best one we've ever had, actually. We have one new applicant in our last meeting and 3 new EMRs that are now running calls. So I think 2 of them ran one the other night and actually got hands-on experience, so it's good. Other than that, and then just, of course, waiting on the new truck. That's all for Rescue 2. Rescue 6, I reached out to Chief Nicholson.
Yep.
And haven't gotten a response back from him yet, but I have been hearing more activity on the radio from them, and seems like things are really going well there, so good news from that direction. Anything from Region 3 from Cody?
Rescue 5 held elections. They have a new chief, Kayla Collins, Assistant Chief, I think it's Matthew Nix. But they had their elections. They had multiple units on several calls. So things are going pretty good, I think. They had one new member, I do believe. And then Rescue 4, I think we had one new applicant, I think Brady said last month. And that's it.
Is that all? Region 4, Commissioner Rader?
Things are going good with our squad. We had our election yesterday. We have a chief, an assistant chief, we have a president, a vice president, and So we have a lot of people with experience in different areas, in leadership roles, and, our rate, our response rate is up from what it used to be, and so we're all real pleased with that. We're doing we're having a Christmas party, and our charity is, children from Kiwi Elementary School from their angel tree. And we're taking 23 children, I think, and, furnishing them Christmas presents. That's about it.
Commissioner Alden?
All right, so for Rescue 7 and 8, so Rescue 7, which is the dive team, we held nominations for chief, assistant chief, and treasurer in October. We also have sonar and dry suit refresher coming up tomorrow. We also have an inventory and regulator service day planned, I believe for Saturday, if not next Saturday, but coming up soon. Let's see, for Special Rescue, Rescue 8, this actually goes for both teams. We purchased Active 911 for the teams. We decided to go back with that service instead of the responder app. We also held some boat training back in September. That went really well. We found some things that needed some servicing during that training, so we got all that stuff squared away. As far as I think one of the inflatables needed a new transom, so we got that stuff ordered. We also had SC Heart training last week.
Yes.
Was it last week? That went really well. That was like 3 days of different training scenarios. So that was good. And Special Rescue also held nominations for chief, assistant chief, and treasurer. So we plan to hold our elections Tuesday for those positions. So we'll be having our meeting Tuesday a week early because of Thanksgiving. And I think that's all I have.
Going back to Rescue 2 for a minute, talking about nominations, we did have nominations at our last meeting, and we'll do those elections Monday night, so add that in there. And that's all for the region reports. Commissioner Jackman is not here. Chief Carroll, do you have anything to add?
One thing to add, the next physical for Fitness Forum will be Thursday, December 4th. Starting at 4 o'clock, and that'll be at headquarters in Westminster. And signing up, you can go to the, on the responder app, under notes, or documents, I have a way to do that. You click on that for signing up for physicals, and it's all via the Fitness Forum website. Or if you have an issue, just give us a call at the office, and Cindy will walk you through it. But physicals I want to remind people that it is a physical, and if you are taking a level 1 physical, you will be getting on a treadmill and getting your heart rate up. So wear something, good athletic shoes if possible, and not blue jeans. Unless you like to run in blue jeans.
Anything else?
That's it.
Heard a need for executive session, so do I hear a motion to adjourn? All those in favor?